Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into Pillow Politics, and we're here with another episode. We're going to be talking about the hot news stories that you may have missed.
That's right, Roy.
And we will discuss what the people, the news sources had to say, and we'll add our comments also. That's okay. We can give our opinion.
That's great. That's right.
All right, we'll do that. Well, we're going to get right into it today. But first of all, let me just say, I'm attorney Roy Miller.
I'm Linda Miller.
And I'm Stacy Jenkins. And if you'd like to get in contact with us, email us at pillowpolitics@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe this YouTube page. And you also need to visit us on Facebook. So all of our links will be in the comments section. Don't forget to hit the notification bell.
That's right. Because don't you dare miss what you need to be hearing.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. If it's hot, you're going to hear it from us.
That's right.
We're going to start out on a subject today, and one that will tickle you to death.
Okay.
One that I'm sure that you will be excited about.
We can use a little fun.
But get ready for it.
But something telling me is...
No, you get ready for it. We're going right. We're going right.
We're ready.
We're going right for it.
Let's go.
Donald Trump.
I knew it.
Yes.
I knew it. He was setting us up.
No. Well, he's in the news.
Okay.
He's in the news.
As always.
Brittney Griner.
Oh.
Now, I'm looking at the Rolling Stone in an article by Althea Legaspi, August 4, 2022, where she said basically that Donald Trump referred to Brittney Griner as a potentially spoiled person loaded with drugs.
Wow.
And looking at the Insider magazine, an article by Katie Belevic, and this July the 31st, 2022, she was talking about quoting Trump, saying that Trump is quoted, "She went in there loaded up with drugs into a hostile territory where they are very vigilant about drugs. They don't like drugs. And she got caught. It certainly doesn't seem like a good idea, does it, to trade her." Now he said this
Wow.
before her trial.
How did he know? He talked as if he was in the suitcase or traveling with her. How did he know?
Exactly. Right.
I know that, isn't that something?
Right.
And it's like passing judgment before the lady even had trial.
Isn't that something?
What message is that sending to Russia when the next president is, before you even seen the witnesses, the evidence, or anything? And I tell you what, as an attorney, I've seen many times people that seem like they didn't have a case, but you follow the evidence and you find, as bizarre as it sounds, they were innocent.
That's right.
So I think that you have to give the person the trial first.
Absolutely, till proven guilty.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Our systems have always been built on that.
And
Innocent until proven guilty.
absolutely. And you know, Donald Trump just continues to show how un-American he is. Every time he opens his mouth, every time he makes a statement, which from January 6th insurrection to now making this statement about an American WNBA player going over there to represent our country. And she had a prescription from a medical professional. But look, he's ready to throw her under the bus.
There's so much that we don't know about it. We know that she pled. A lot of times when people plead, it doesn't mean they were guilty.
Right.
It means that it's like if you're playing spade and you don't have any spades in your hand, you're not going to gamble much money. And a lot of people look at their hand and say, even though I'm innocent, my hand looks really like a losing hand. I won't take the gamble of being found guilty and slam dunk. I'd rather just enter a plea. And I think that obviously they looked at the hand they were playing. There were questions that came to mind with me. Is that number one, how did she get out of the United States and it was not detected that she had something illegal? Usually a lot of people go to airports and don't know they have something illegal, including prescription drugs. But at the airport, they check your baggage and they tell you that this is, you can't bring this.
Right.
You can't bring, so, you know, on the end of the United States and going to Russia, you know, it may have been that she depended on like thousands of other people that get stopped in the airport and taking things taken out of their luggage or bags. They depended on that. if it was something wrong, that the airport would tell them. In this case, it appears that they did tell her, but they also brought criminal charges, which to me is inconsistent with so many people that go to airports all over the world and get things discovered that should not be there. And I would say this, if I was representing her, I would want to know all the dignitaries and celebrities that's been to Russia and whether or not they came there with medicine.
That's right.
Because I'm willing to bet that they accepted a lot of people that were on medication that was not legal in Russia that came to Russia. So, but anyway, you know, I just believe in equal justice for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what they should be.
And hopefully they're still in talks about doing a trade-off with not only Brittney, but also another American that's been locked up over there in Russia. There's also a teacher that's over there. I don't know what her situation is. But hopefully, in the end, they will be able to get Brittney and our other citizen over here.
Well, it's important to me that Brittney is released. This is not just about Brittney.
No.
It's about future athletes, dignitaries, and celebrities that go to Russia for whatever the reason. You need to be said you don't play with our people like that.
That's right.
You just don't do that. You don't cross that line and treat them in a way that you're not treating everybody else. Because I'll assure you that they have a lot of people coming to Russia with medication and on medication, prescription drugs, and they come in and they go out.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that. And so, you know, justice belongs to everybody.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. You're so right.
Hang in there, Brittney. We're rooting for you.
Yes, we
Oh
are.
yeah, and everyone else that's traveling abroad know that if other countries will fight for their own, we'll fight for yours.
Yeah.
That's right.
I want to move to a different topic.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It
yeah.
is.
I want to talk about Beyoncé and Kelis dispute.
Okay.
Now, I was looking in the Wall Street Journal, August 3rd, 2022 article. It was talking about Kelis said she wasn't informed that an interpolation of her 2003 hit would appear on Beyonce's 7th studio album entitled Renaissance. Now, Beyonce removed all interpolation of the 2003 song Milkshake by Kelis. Kelis also accused her former producers, Pharrell Williams, also, you remember him from Blurred Lines and Marvin Gaye,
right.
estate suing him for, you know, for the song by Marvin
Gaye. And
Gaye.
that case too.
Right. And anyway, she accused her former producers, Pharrell Williams and Chad Hugo, as well as Beyonce, whose full name is Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter, of thievery.
Isn't that something?
What do you feel?
Yeah.
Y'all have anything about? I mean,
Linda, you got something on it?
It's kind of funny in a way, in a weird type way, because she was helping her
Right.
by giving her some credit for that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she would be making some money off of it. So I don't understand why she felt like she had to call her out like this. And if she was dissatisfied with the way it was handled, you would think that demonstrating professional business courtesy to make that call, or get someone from her group to make that call and say we need to talk.
Yeah.
You don't do it in public. You don't do it for the media
Absolutely.
like that.
She was looking for a cat fight that Beyonce was not going to give her.
Yeah, she's handled herself like a lady. She walked away from that mess.
Absolutely. She said, "You will not break my soul," because I'm telling everybody.
That's right.
now I'm gonna play. I'm gonna take it from the other side of what another person may be feeling.
Okay.
You come into the room and you say yes sir to everybody but me, and everybody say, well, you shouldn't have an issue with that because you still got a steak and potatoes on the table, but it was just that you respected everybody but me. And if there's a circumstance whereas I think Kelis may have felt like you should have at least, if you have spoken to everybody else about this, I shouldn't have to know, by reading it in the
That's
paper.
right. That's right. There again, I say she should have picked up the phone or however she wanted to do that and say we need to talk.
Yeah.
Right. And Beyonce is a very smart, savvy businesswoman.
Brilliant.
And I like that that connection you made with the steak and potatoes. Okay, yeah. So Kelis should have had a seat at the table. But the original songwriters did not create a seat at the table for her. So that's why she wasn't present there for the conversation. She had no ownership rights. All she could do was say that she had performance rights. But like you said earlier, Beyonce, being an upstanding black woman in business, actually listed her on her new Renaissance album as a songwriter. So
that's right.
At least in the future she could possibly get royalties where she's not getting anything now. And you know what? That's Kelis' fault.
It
Sorry,
sure
Kelis.
is. Sure
I mean,
is.
they're brilliant, Jay-Z, Beyonce, but artists are very sensitive.
Not a smart
I mean,
move at all.
musicians
It wasn't.
or artists in general are just very sensitive, and I think Kelis, it may not seem like much to us, but obviously it meant a whole lot to her.
Yeah.
And I don't know what built up to her. You know, it's almost like you see her break out in tears, and you can't figure out why are you crying. What I say it wasn't that bad, but for some reason it triggered
Something.
something.
But you know, Kelis is like this. So even though, and you know, she just lost her husband to stomach.
Okay.
He had stomach
All right.
cancer, I
Okay.
think, and he
Okay.
just recently passed.
I'm
Kelis is
sorry.
a really smart, excellent performer in the industry, excellent
Yes, she
songwriter
is.
in the industry. I'm going to give you your props for that. And she's also she has her own online cooking series.
Okay.
And so she's super smart. But she's got a history of kind of talking badly about people that's in the industry, including her ex-husband Nasir, the rapper.
Okay.
And you know, I understand that she suffered some abuse according to her, allegedly according to her statements. But it's like she tried to do a smear campaign on Nas, and it actually kind of backfired on her.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is something similar that she's known to do this.
Well, she's learning. She's still young.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
probably how old is she? Just curious.
I think she might be around 40 something.
But it's young.
Yeah.
But that's young. And
Yeah, it is young.
and you learn. Some people get wisdom faster
When they turn
at a
80.
younger age.
Right, she
Okay,
got
I'm
40 more
sorry.
years.
Well, you know, you're right. Cause some of the older guys, 80 years old, and still got their pants hanging out.
Yeah, that's.
Wearing white
But it
beaters.
does
Yeah.
come. It does come to them at some point in their life.
Yeah.
Let's hope so. You know, but on the same note,
Okay.
and you may feel that this is justified.
Okay.
I'm not going to answer for you.
Right.
I can't read your mind.
Okay.
But Monica Lewinsky,
Monica.
she said that on the Partition album,
Oh, she was one of the songwriters.
Beyonce need to take it off, where she says that he Monica Lewinsky all over my gown. I don't know what that means.
Now you know Monica.
I never
Monica is not on the same page as they are.
No.
Why did she feel it was necessary that she had to step in there? She doesn't sing, she doesn't act.
Like, look who came to the barbecue. You didn't expect
You didn't invite her
Bill
to
to
come.
come.
You didn't invite her to come.
I
But
mean,
she invited herself.
Yes. This is not your moment,
She just
Monica.
forced her way in.
This is Monica trying to make a moment. So, and if you're not familiar with why she wants to take that, have Beyonce to remove that line from out of her song called Partition, it is a spin on, which is very political because we are politics, right?
That's right.
Okay,
That's
so we're
right.
talking about
Okay.
political things.
Yeah.
So this all ties into political. So, you know, back when President Clinton was serving as our president, he had remember,
Right.
he had an outside affair
He did.
proven
He
with
did.
Monica Lewinsky. He lied about it. She said that she had a dress that would
And probably still has it.
Probably so.
had a dress that could
Be aware.
prove DNA evidence that she performed fellatio
No.
and he on her
You
dress
gotta be kidding.
in the White House. How
the White
political
House.
can you get?
Would you believe that? Ladies and gentlemen, wait, no.
So now she wants Beyonce. This is not your moment, Monica.
No, your mama was back there with Bill Clinton.
And Hillary.
That was your time to talk
Right.
about the dress and everything then.
Exactly.
That is a
How did she even
get up.
She was driving down the street to smell the burgers.
You think that's what
And she
happened?
paused and said, let me get me one.
Okay.
And she got into the conversation somehow.
No.
If you really want to explain that to us or to the listeners or anyone, we'll be happy to invite you on our show.
Yes.
You can call or however you want to do it. You can even show up.
Yes.
No, I don't know about that.
Not with that dress.
You can show up with the dress.
Keep that nasty dress at the house.
It might make you simple.
She can put on a little, makeup, a little rouge.
That dress
they used to
probably
say
got-
on Gunsmoke, and put a little rouge on and show up.
Yeah,
That dress got
but that was
monkeypox, everything.
I'm sure you're probably right. You're probably right.
Well, let's move to a different subject. Is that okay?
I have to give her an F on that. I'm sorry.
That's right, because you're going to give grades out to some of these
have-
people.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But see, Donald Trump is Donald Trump. He's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
always be Donald Trump. So
Right.
I just leave Donald alone because tomorrow there might be something that would
Topic.
top
Well,
that.
Absolutely.
See, we got to make a selection for who's going to be at the table at the haters ball.
Keep going.
We'll keep reading.
There's plenty.
Somebody's going to wear the crown.
Monica is a contender.
She's a
Yeah.
contender.
So keep going.
And we Kelis.
Oh, Kelis is really running
Okay.
up there. Uh-huh.
That's okay, Kelis. Monica's ahead of you. So don't feel bad.
Well, there's enough seats for them all.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to a different subject.
Okay, let's hear it.
Alex Jones. Now,
Oh, wow.
regarding the Sandy Hook's controversy, and I'm looking at an article for BBC News by Cheyenne Soderich-Zostin from August 5th, 2022, and I hope I didn't tear the name up too bad. But it basically
You probably
talked
did.
about, okay, and it said, among the most incendiary falsehoods he ever circulated was that the 2012 shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut, which left 20 children and 6 adults dead, was completely fabricated by the U.S. government in a plot to strip American citizens of their guns. Now, the parents of a boy killed, I shouldn't be drinking Coca-Cola before the show.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that. Okay, the parents of the boy killed in the attack sued for defamation, and they won. Jones is ordered to pay nearly $5 million.
Yeah.
And that's just
rightfully
only one
so.
portion of that amount of money
Absolutely.
that will be leaving his pocket.
Absolutely.
Because he lost, the other settlement was around 45 million, I believe, somewhere along in that area.
Yeah, they originally asked for 150 million, and now they got, like you said, it was like 4.1, almost
right near
5
$5
million.
million.
And so now that he was found guilty for this case, he's now in another civil case where they can actually ask for even more.
I say go for it, people, because according to his ex-wife, he's hiding money, and she should know.
What made him say that?
It's, all of these people who are in that MAGA, QAnon, pro-Trump community, you notice how they're doing so many un-American things, but yet they claim they want to make America great again? How un-American is it to say that children lost their lives, teachers lost their lives at Sandy Hook Elementary School due to gun violence, and just for you to be able to keep your gun and powder, you would rather taint the memory of these children? That's so un-American.
That was a very dark day.
Oh my
That was a
Very,
goodness.
very dark day,
And, we can relate to that as parents.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's just a nightmare. I would tell you that most people, even those that try to support Alex Jones, and I'll tell you this, people, you wouldn't do that. Even though you say you support Alex Jones, most people that even support him would not have said that.
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
And
No, not at
so
all.
we have more humanity than inhumanity in this world.
Yeah.
And the problem here is, and I'm talking about the Democrats and the Republicans.
Okay.
You have a problem with a lot of Republicans being so far right. They got their own little group, but most people will not go there. You got a lot of Democrats going so far left until most people just won't go there. And so what's happening is the majority in between feel like
Yeah.
if I go one way or the other, I'm going to have something on my plate that I really don't like eating.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And so who is that starting a third party?
Oh, Andrew Yang.
Yeah.
who ran for
Andrew, yeah, you're
president.
right.
Yeah.
Because they realize that you got that group in the middle that are not about those far left issues or those far right issues.
Right.
That people are acting like we don't even matter.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
That's
so it'll be interesting to see the success of that party, because I guarantee you, there are a lot of people not satisfied with the choices.
He is picking up some support though.
Yeah. Who? To Alex Jones? Wait.
No, Andrew Yang.
Andrew Yang. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's picking up some support, and it's going to be interesting because
It is. It really
Yeah.
is. Because, like you say, one party so far to the left, the other so far to the right.
Yeah.
They have totally forgot about this whole thing is about the people,
Absolutely.
and they're
That's
supposed to
right.
be working for us, not against us.
That's right.
see, it's in the middle where you see children killing children,
That's
black
right.
on black crime, elderly care. It's in the middle you see people ain't got enough money to make ends meet.
Inflation, yeah.
And it's like these
Recession,
issues,
yeah.
these far left and far right issues seem is being treated as that they are more important than children dying
I
in
know.
the streets.
What it should have done,
The economy.
it should have lit a fire upon the them to come up with something that is workable for gun control.
And
Yeah.
you know,
We need that so bad.
and to talk about stuff that's going to help everybody, leave no one out. I mean, because either way you go far left or far right, you're leaving somebody out. And I want to see a time when we care for everybody. Every child deserves a plate at the table.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And you know, when you got characters like Alex, and I call him a character,
He
like
is.
Alex Jones, because he's like a cross between a bad televangelist and a radical, political blogger. And it's like he uses that shock value to rile these people up, to make them get so radical and pumped up that they're willing to go out there and to bow down to this superficial God they call Trump. Now, but I am glad that you said that too, that you also, just like you can't go too far to the right, we also can't go too far
Yeah,
to the left.
that's
Because
right.
Yeah.
you also have groups like Antifa that's now been connected to the Democratic Party. And then you've got the Black Lives Matter that has had sex violent groups using Black Lives Matter, and they have gone too far to the left.
And let me see, and the original intent of Black Lives Matter was all good.
It was.
All good,
But somewhere along the way.
and that's
Yeah.
just like gangs in America. Do you know that they started out being protectors of communities?
Yeah.
Never harmed anyone in the community. Somehow it flipped the script, and it's only the community that they prey upon and kill
Yeah.
and murder. So
Their community.
isn't it something how things can start out for the good
Yeah.
and end up going a different direction? And so if you are Alex Jones and you're just an everyday guy who realized that, hey, I can get on the radio and talk some trash and people send me money.
Yeah.
You know, do you stand on your morals or do you make those millions of dollars?
Well, first you have to have morals in the first
Okay.
place. So if
Yeah.
you don't have that, then there's not much hope, really.
It's not. And you know who's a great example of that? Who sometimes they put their humanity in a mason jar and stores it away. Fox News.
Oh yeah.
They are one of the biggest contributors to this type of like rhetoric. And you gotta remember that no matter if you're right or left, you have to remember that you have to be human.
That's right.
When you start talking about young children being killed as a hoax, that is so inhumane.
It is.
It is so,
It's
and
like your humanity.
I never understood old men. You're getting old and you're still talking hate. It's like old men getting more money, but they got less days.
Yeah.
As the more money they make, the less days they have.
That's right.
And yet they still live as though hate is justified
Yeah.
in giving them longevity or something, but it won't.
No, it
You
won't.
know, you know, we try to love each other and encourage peace.
And they come
Yeah.
after that money.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how they get it. They just get it.
They get it. Yeah.
And you get the impression that somebody must have told them, get an extra suitcase because when you leave this world,
yeah.
Yeah, you know,
don't need
isn't that
yeah,
something?
Yeah.
Like they are planning a vacation.
That's
or
right,
something.
that's right.
Yeah.
You see a man 70 to 80 years old still thinking about getting more money, and I can guarantee you he's closer he may be closer to the next $1 million, but he's closer to his date
That's right.
with destiny.
He could be
And
worth
yeah,
100 million, but he can't take a penny of it with him.
and if he could, money would burn in hell.
Yeah.
The dollar bill was
Absolutely.
in flames.
That tender does not work down there.
It doesn't work. They can
Not at all.
go
Not
down
at
with a
all.
suitcase full of money, and then it all burn. Isn't that something?
Yeah, isn't that something?
That's right.
Mm.
It'd be terrible if Roy's on the door.
I'll sneak a few dollars. No, I wouldn't. I have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Moving on to another subject.
What? Let me say this.
Okay.
Alex gets an F too.
Oh yes,
He's-
F minus.
But he makes it to the
And an
haters
L.
ball. You
But-
think we can get him in the haters ball?
He gets an L too for being a loser.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
Okay. All right. We can move on.
Oh, okay. If we could show a picture of him, maybe.
Oh, absolutely.
Whatever, maybe a crown. But he hasn't won yet now.
No.
I don't want to just give
No.
somebody.
If you have other people that has qualified
That's
to be
right.
at this
We need to
table,
be
yeah.
fair.
please let us know.
We need to be fair.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it. We're anxiously waiting.
Okay, we're looking in the Toronto news.
Okay.
And first, I want to just say that, in Toronto News, and it talks about the 20-year-old, wait a minute, I want to read the headline first.
All right.
That came from the U.S. News, June the 21st, 2022, but it's been circulating. I
Okay.
heard it again this week. A Burger King employee receives a goodie bag
Oh, wow.
after 20 years of perfect attendance. I'm sorry, 27 years of perfect attendance.
I'm so
imagine
sure that
jewelry, I thought I
probably-
said probably gold and everything that is in that goodie bag.
Probably
What's in
is.
it?
I would be
Well,
proud of him too.
The next thing, the best thing to gold and diamonds, I'll tell you what, according to Toronto Sun, it said that the 27-year-old BK veteran received a movie ticket. That's not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
A bag of Reese's Pieces, a clear Starbucks tumbler, a lanyard that he can hang his ID on.
Okay.
Around his neck. 2 pens, one for him and his sugar pie.
Oh.
A couple of keychains, the little lady gotta have one too, and 2 packs of lifesavers.
Oh,
that-
wow.
Don't you?
That's his
don't you
goodie
sort of
bag.
feel like that they cleaned their car out
Yeah, it sounds like
and
it's
put it in a Burger King bag?
stuff that you can use for the next 20 years, 7 years that you clock in.
Now I know you kidding, Roy. You got
No, that's for his 27 years of loyal, perfect attendance.
That's awful, Burger King.
the whole
Burger
of the
King.
Whopper would not do that.
No.
Burger King would not do that.
Mm-mm.
They used to have Mr. Burger King. You remember Mr. Burger
Yeah,
King? Line with the
Crown
on the crown.
Yeah, with his fur coat
Yes.
type thing. Yeah.
You know
No, they wouldn't do that. They could have at least given him a fur coat.
That now it's coming together. They may have done this just so they could get that crown as the at the haters ball.
Well, you know what? So far, they are leaving.
But because of him having such a poor appreciation gift for being a loyal employee for 27 years, Burger King, people saw this story and they decided to start a GoFundMe.
That was good.
That was right. And
That
so
was
they
good.
raised up, I don't know exactly how much it ended into, but they ended up raising hundreds of thousands
Oh,
of
well,
dollars.
That's good.
that was so nice.
So I suggest to you, employee, to go ahead and get ready to retire. Guess what? Maybe 30 years. When you hit that 30-year mark, take that GoFundMe money and go and start your own
I'll start my own
franchise.
hamburger.
That's right.
I
That's
started right across from Burger King.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
I'll-
Name it the Burger Queen.
That's it.
Oh, wait, the name of the movie. Oh, you're trying to do
Like
like McDowell's. It's still everything, the image and everything.
And that movie ticket.
Instead of a crown, what a
If that movie ticket was a special ticket to see Edith Moon.
Oh, the film that we're working on.
Right. And then, that would notch it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Burger King.
exactly.
But right now, see you sitting in that little baby's chair right at the table.
I can see him making fun of Burger King with some mold holes all in his cake. The crown got to put a couple of things bent.
Oh, Lord.
He don't have those imitation diamonds.
Oh yeah.
in the Crown.
Well,
But we won't. No, I'm teasing now. I eat at Burger King, so I didn't.
They're gonna remember you the next
Don't
time.
remember. Don't put my face on the door.
When they take that burger and stomp it in the back and bring it out.
Oh, no.
Oh man, this is so tender.
what grade would you give
Only
these
kids at
guys?
Burger King. I eat at Burger King too, and I love you guys' fries. I really do. I'm just not pleased at the way that you handled your dedicated employee for 27 years. You can do much, much, much better than that, and I'm totally disappointed in you.
What grade are you giving them?
I'll give them a C only because they are supplying jobs for people to work.
Okay. And what grade would you give them?
Okay, I was going to do an F, but I'll give you guys a D.
C.
Well, Burger King, I'm going to give you a B because I know I got to come back and eat there. and hearing this, you may give me some coupons.
Oh
And
no,
then give me some free waffles.
no.
You know what they're doing? You know what they're doing?
Food.
They'll clean out their car again.
Right.
Clean it out again.
A nice bag.
That's right. Give you a goodie bag. Give you a goodie bag.
Well, let me move on to the next subject. For some reason, I think that
Let's get serious, guys.
I'm in the hot seat. I feel like I'm in the hot seat here. Okay,
All right.
here's the one that, and this is rather sad.
Okay.
Really, we're moving away from Burger King.
Okay.
Okay.
A story in the New York Post. August 5th, 2022 by Lee Brown. McDonald's worker shot over cold fries has died. And this is in Brooklyn, New York. And it goes to say the attack has been deemed a homicide, the
Wow.
force said early Friday. Michael Webb was mad because his mother got cold fries. The mother FaceTimed her son, and he came over and he dealt with the people there.
Wow.
He ended up killing somebody.
He must have been the little man in the family.
But you know,
Wow.
but it appears that now, according to what I read, he's already charged with a separate murder case.
So what was the purpose of his mother?
Knowing that he's already charged with
He's
murder.
already charged.
Yeah.
If she wanted him to move out, just have a talk with him.
Right. Because
Yeah, this is
Just have a talk with him. You know,
Why would she call on someone
son-
charged with murder over to handle things?
That's right. And it's your son. It's your son that you're doing that to.
yeah,
Well, you know what I think? She needs to be charged as well.
absolutely. For instigating this whole situation.
Absolutely.
Well, I hope she's happy. She can get those fries, put them between some buns, and make a sandwich out of them.
Yeah, you know, it's like you're starting to see this more and more.
That's sad. Wait,
Mothers, you know, I know we get after the fathers a lot of time because, you know, unfortunately, it seems as if you have a lot of fathers, especially in the black community,
You're right.
that don't want to step up to the plate and raise their sons and daughters. So you do have moms that have to fill in both roles. But lately, I've been seeing a lot of young people commit crimes or be accessory to crimes. And when you see their mom, it seems as if their mom also has behavior issues herself. Maybe she's dealt with some crime. They don't really have the guidance they need as maybe we had from a traditional mother. You know, they moved away from that.
You know, if a mom doesn't say don't do it, because even those dads agree that there's no one like mama.
Yeah.
And we'll do anything mama says. You know, when police officers have someone holding someone hostage in a building, or a person committed a crime won't come out,
Yeah.
they threaten them with shooting them. They threaten
That's
them in a
right,
lot of
that's right.
ways.
Right.
But you bring mama or grandmama there, they can make their child do things
Sure
that the
will.
police and all the threats of guns can't do. So
Absolutely.
when a mom then calls her child into a dangerous situation, knowing he already has a murder charge pending, I can't understand why would the mom do that?
I don't get that either, Roy. I really don't. I just don't get it.
It's sad.
It is, and I was thinking that maybe perhaps he was around 16 years old, just hot-headed, you know. But then she still, even if it was 16, which I later on found out that he's not 16. He's
He's
an adult.
Yeah,
He's a grown man. He's a grown man. So he's going to be tried as a grown man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, gosh,
You know.
you have to love your kids
Yeah.
enough to correct them, to show them and to teach them right from wrong. It is better for you to do it than for them to get on society out there, and then the police have to deal with it in their way.
Absolutely.
And while you complain, my boy was a good boy, my boy was this, and my daughter was this, it's your fault, Mom.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, and I say this, I've spoken to just so many hundreds, thousands of young people over the years because I do a lot of things with youth. And a lot of people may not realize this, a lot of older adults, but there are a lot of young people that really don't believe in love. They don't believe that love really exists. I don't know if it's because maybe they've never felt like they were loved, but there are a lot of young people who do not believe in love, and there are a lot of young people who do not see much of a difference between life and death. Now that may sound like it's shocking to a lot of people,
That's
but
true.
the risk that some young people would take as though their life doesn't mean anything, just because they almost on the borderline that their life really doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So that's something that we
It's like
got
a
to look
coldness,
at.
it's just a coldness right there.
And, and I think about where we're at in today's society and how far off we have gone off the grid of family values. It goes back to, not to get too deep, but, I think about like Proverbs 31 and how that entire chapter started off with a mother telling her son, who was a prince, giving him wisdom on how to choose the right woman. Just giving him wisdom. Now you're seeing a mom encouraging her son to come in and to take someone's life over something that didn't even cost $3. It's like, and it goes back to the reason why I said that is it goes back to our political parties too, and what we're willing to give up in just to say that we are left or right. So Republicans say that they are big on family traditions, and they are. A lot of times they believe in traditional family, whereas the Democratic Party, probably a party that this mom and this son is more familiar with, there is no family values. There is, the only thing that the left is really concerned about now is like lesbian, gay, queer community rights. There's no type of organization that's promoting a traditional family.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a no-no to say, I want a traditional family, a mom, dad, children. A lot of people will attack you on just saying that alone. My thing is that we've got to all learn to live together.
That's right.
And it should not be a no-no for me to say that I prefer a traditional family. And that's...
And the political party, Democratic Party, needs to start working for the black community. Because we have worked so hard.
They've taken those for granted.
They need to work for issues that mean something to us.
We are like our issues with the poverty, with the crime and all. We're like the patient that was the first one to come to the emergency room that morning that saw everybody else come in and get treatment. And now we see the doctor getting ready to turn the light off at the end of the evening and we haven't been treated.
That's right.
And that's what I see the Democrat Party has become. They leave that black patient sitting there with the most critical injury. Absolutely. And they allow everything else to be treated. And I'm saying all illnesses are bad illnesses and they need treatment. But the most serious that we can all see, how can you let those be overlooked and bring anything, other issues above? Treat everybody else but those that were
there first.
With the most serious injuries.
Why do you think it is like that? I mean, just off the top of your head.
I think for some reason the black voters take for granted as though you have to vote this way because you have nowhere else to go.
Right.
And
also,
but it's cold-hearted.
They don't know how to handle it. They don't have a plan for it.
They're not interested, really.
But
it's like right. They won't listen. You absolutely right.
It's like I'll say it in word, but they won't show it in deed. But they still, like you said, they still expect that we are going to vote in their direction because of loyalty. Because we do have a problem with using our vote and not to our benefit. We use it to the benefit of others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I'm tired of our children dying. I'm tired of our youth dying. I'm tired of every day and reading the news and you hear where you know that some parents and some families are crying and they're devastated, and even the parents of the young child that committed the crime are devastated.
Yeah.
And it's like these issues are most important. The most important issues, it's like, how in the world do the issues to the far left and far right, how do they end up taking over the conversation?
See, that's what I say. We, as long as we keep the issues out there, and as long as we let them know that we're not satisfied with this.
No, I'm not satisfied.
We do know there is another way. There is always the answer to a problem.
That's right.
You just have to sit down and you just have to talk about it. We just have to come together, because I mean, we're all on this earth. We all got to share this earth, you know. And we have to learn to work together. We have to learn to work together.
And I tell you, I'm really, really sick and tired of our youth dying in the streets and murdering each other. I'm sick and tired of that, and I'm tired of other issues taking the priority.
Right.
And I'm saying this to politicians also. Another thing that I'm concerned with is because, well, we have got to improve the environments where the poor stay. Because we know that wherever you find poverty, you also find crime. That's where you find the crime. And, you know, so... And
that's a whole nother... Because we have someone who actually reached out to us and they wanted us to talk about that, about housing and how it affects not only just the Black community, but how it's affecting everyone now, because I think everyone is experiencing all of these rent hikes and insecurity in housing. So we definitely need to do an upcoming show, so y'all look out for that.
We haven't forgotten about you. The elderly people, I haven't forgotten about you. We haven't forgotten about you. The homeless, the sick, the poor, the children.
Mental health.
We haven't forgotten about you. We see you. Even though it appears that those many in politics don't see you, they talk about what's most important to them. But we feel you. We feel your pain. We know how it feels.
Absolutely.
So, and we're going to try to highlight those issues and make a difference in this world. And send the medicine where there's the sick. Yeah,
and also using this platform to put pressure on our political parties to act on our behalf. Like you said, you know, we've been sitting there with the Democratic Party, the Black community. We've been sitting here all day long waiting to be seen, and we're constantly overlooked. But yet, they want us to keep that appointment. But this is the thing. Just like the Republican Party pushes for pro-life, Democratic Party needs to push for traditional families in Black households. That is where we're bleeding at. If the Republican Party feel that they're bleeding with pro-life and gun rights,
that's the only way we can survive on Earth and move forward is through reproduction.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know, and biblically speaking, God says that you should be married before you have sex, and then be fruitful and multiply. That says an awful lot right there. That means that man and woman need to get together and first before you have any sex, and get married first, and then be fruitful and multiply.
And you have stronger households. These young boys won't be out here killing each other.
That's right.
We need a lot of traditional values. I can understand that everybody's not the same, and there are those that have their own way. They don't think like us, and that's good, because I think God made us all to be different intentionally. But realize, in order for mankind to survive, we've got to believe in being fruitful and multiply, and you know, and to know that you know, we should believe in marriage before we do that.
From time to time, we really have to keep in mind and to remind the people that's supposed to be representing us that you work for us.
Sure.
You work for us. You go in any big major company and you don't do what you're supposed to do, they have no problem in seeing you to the door.
Absolutely.
So they work for us. They could at least
everybody.
That's right. They should take the time and listen, and I mean really listen, and then roll up their sleeves and get together and come up with solutions.
See, because as it is now, and I'm trying to be as real as possible. the feeling is to a lot of people in Black America with the Republican Party. The Republican Party is the same thing as the man in Dillard's that called that boy the N-word. A little boy with his dad the N-word. That's how it makes a lot of people feel, and it's almost like the Democratic Party is getting to the point where it's just saying, all y'all Black people are part of the party, but y'all the kids are stay in the back room. We don't want you to be out front when company comes. That's the feeling. So we've got to have, we got people that are hurting and sick, and we got to go to where the sickness is, and we got to offer a cure for what hurts. And so love everybody. Look out for everybody. It doesn't matter. I can wear a blindfold. It doesn't matter if you're black or white or anything. If I see you need help, I'm going to give it to you. If you're in a fire, burning, I'm coming in. I don't care about what your race is. And it does not matter. But you have got to love everybody.
That's right.
And we have some differences, but our differences cannot distract us from saving those kids being dying in the streets.
That's right.
Well, did we cover everything?
Well,
there's one more issue.
Yes. Terrell Owens.
Oh, wow, I forgot.
Former NFL player, and his experience on this week where he was accused by a woman that lived in his neighborhood, a white woman that lived in his neighborhood, accused him being driving too fast, speeding on the block where her and her husband were, I think, riding bikes. And so he was pulling into his driveway to get to his mailbox. Well, she felt as if her life was endangered, and she wanted to confront him, not necessarily all because of her saying that he was going too fast, but she also brought up some other issues, that he wasn't up to date with his HOA fees. He was always the talk of the HOA meetings. She felt as if he's just pretty much like a troublemaker in the community. Then this is where it turns. So when they finally called the police, she admitted to Terrell Owens that she was a white woman and he was a black man approaching her. That's where the issue pivoted. And now Terrell Owens is saying that he had been attacked by a Karen. And a lot of people in the black community are really not on Terrell Owens' side, because you can't say that this person, because they're a white woman and that they accused you of something, or maybe exhibited some type of privilege, that it's now unfair to you because that's the women that you date.
That's right.
Yeah, and it seems and it seems as though you love who you love, and when you fall in love with it, it's a good thing, no matter about race.
And a Karen doesn't have to be a white woman. A Karen can be a black man, a black woman, a white woman, a white man.
That's right.
But when you shun us, if I'm a black man and I'm shunning black ladies, as though I have no interest, that I can walk in a room and there is packed with black ladies, but I look for the two that are not black to ask to dance. And that's kind of like, I think, somewhat the Terrell, he may not realize that, but when, but he kind of made it look like that in his life.
He sounded like he was blindsided. He sounded like it was so surprising to him.
That he was saying as a black man.
And like we were talking about this a little bit, and how there's a psychology on why there is such a movement of black men wanting to marry and date outside of their race, and they feel as if it has a lot to do with them wanting more proximity to white men, who are really the majority in America, and they are pretty much the power holders, And so if I have a white woman, or if I have a white wife, it somehow gives me this access to where I may not have to experience everyday life like a black man, because I have this in. But he discovered, just like so many others, that it doesn't matter who you are married to, you're still possibly going to suffer the consequences of being black in America.
And you know, you got to be proud of who you are. I don't care what race you
Yeah.
are.
That's right.
And you should never feel that you have to make people feel that you're not your own race. I don't care if you're white. You shouldn't have to play that part to black people.
That's right.
That you know that I'm more black than white, or vice versa. If you're a black person, you should be proud enough to know that I carry myself. You know, you know, as a black man, I love who I am. I love my sisters. You know, but you fall in love with who you fall in love with, but you still somehow got to show that I still love my sisters
Yeah, and you
and
know,
respect them.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, and you know, a lot of black men in the athletic world, like the NBA, NFL, they have really done a poor job of showing black women and young black girls how they value them. You know, even like Arenas, remember the NBA player?
Yeah.
He made that really derogatory, colorist statement against the actress. I forget her name. I forget her name. She was in Black Panther. I can't think of her name right now.
Okay.
But he made a really derogatory statement about her color, being a dark-skinned woman, and also that he just didn't prefer dark-skinned women. Now, he likes biracial or pretty much white or Hispanic. And it's like, okay, now you've got this opportunity to earn this money. And all of this time that you worked your way up to get to this status, it was by the help of women that looked just like her.
Yeah.
And what a slap in the face when these men get to this level, and then they then turn around and say, oh, I'm too much of a high value man, you're not good enough for me. But see, when situations like this that happen to Terrell, then you want to turn around and get our support. We're good enough to get the support and to rally for you, but we're not good enough to share into your wealth. It's
you know,
sick psychology.
It's sad, but young people are picking up on copycatting too, because
They are.
I hate for a young black child to say I'm gonna grow up to get a wife or a girlfriend that I succeeded when I get one that don't look like you.
Absolutely.
You see, don't look like you, mama. They don't look like your sister. You know, and men that go to a different race, and you should go for love, and that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
But there's a problem.
You said the right thing. Go for love. It does not matter what color you are, but don't do something just to get yourself validated or to make you feel validated.
Don't put down one race to justify why
thing.
you want to date another race. That's not fair.
It's not. And it kind of messes up things, because there are a lot of good relationships, interracial relationships, that are just good, loving, good, good children, good family. But it's something still about respect yourself. The Stable Singers made a song a long time about that, and it has really deep meaning. It's something about you still gotta respect yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
And
so
let
true.
other people love you for who you are.
That's right.
And not feel like you gotta be somebody else, and don't make someone else feel like they're not good enough for you.
That's right.
If anyone make you feel like you're not good enough for them, leave them alone.
That's right.
Get out from around them. You know, because you are somebody. I don't care if you're black, white, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. You are specially designed by God with perfection as to what God wanted. You are somebody.
And God can make mistakes.
Yeah.
And I thought of that actress named Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh, okay.
Academy Award winning
Well, we talked about a lot this week.
We have to cover Deacon Eddie White.
Oh yeah.
The project that he brought to us.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure it is successful.
Okay. We're close out.
Yeah, absolutely. So here locally in Macon, Georgia, it's really a national program, but finally here in Macon, Georgia, with the support of the Office of the Solicitor General and being sponsored by Black Voters Matter, Macon, Georgia is going to have its Freedom Summer 2.0 warrant clinic. And a warrant clinic happens in different cities all over the United States where they remove traffic misdemeanor charges, any bench warrant, state or municipal courts misdemeanors are accepted. But what you have to do is you have to register first by scanning this QR code, and we're going to have the flyer up on our Facebook page. So definitely follow our Facebook page at Pillow Politics Facebook.
Yeah.
Or you can even email us at pillowpolitics@gmail.com for more information. But you'll scan this QR code right here, and it's going to let you know if you are registered, and if they can, it's 5 questions, I think. Deacon,
Okay.
right?
Just 5.
That 5 questions
Only
will
5.
come up, and when you
That
just
you'll-
go to the code, it'll link you into the questions, and you just answer those questions.
Right, and it'll send you a confirmation. Do not show up to this warrant clinic without being registered, because you will be turned away.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and anybody that shows up, and as it says here, no
No
fear
fear.
of arrest. I know
That's right.
there's been so many people that I've known trying to get stuff off their record, and especially even misdemeanors can keep a person from being competitive at the job
That's
market,
right.
in a
That's
right.
raise or promotion, or even in the military.
Or new relationships.
You,
Right.
Because people Google people now to find out their
Absolutely.
background.
You're
So,
right.
yeah, so
You're right.
yeah, so it's there.
Yeah.
So, and this is a chance to have that removed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
One day only.
One day only.
Yeah, one day only.
And also, you have to be there within that window of the time from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Because he said after 2 p.m.
That's
is
it.
That's
final.
it.
That's
It's
it.
gone.
Mhm.
And it's being held at a church, so
Yes,
hopefully
right.
that'll make people feel more,
4600
even more good about it.
4600 Mercer University Drive at the Word Indeed Ministries Church. So again, we'll have the flyer up for you to get that information. Please share it with somebody, even if it's not anything that you can benefit from, but share it with somebody, because wow, that could save a lot of
they
money.
can. Again,
for
that
people.
date is August the 27th.
Yes, August
Okay.
27th.
27th, yes. So
Okay.
you can start running now, people. Here's your opportunity. This is the first time something like this, as far as I know, has been held in
Yeah,
Macon.
on this
And
level.
we're watching
Yeah.
it, but we're going to watch it closely, because how successful this is can pretty much show other people from around the country that will be looking at this as to whether it will work there. But there are a lot of people that are not a threat to society.
That's
they made
right.
a mistake. It wasn't a big mistake, and there's a feeling that that should not be held against them in the job market.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
So who sits at the table, guys?
Oh, that's right, for the
Oh.
haters ball. Who gets who's the top that wears the crown?
If you ask my opinion, I'm going to say Alex Jones
Okay.
should be crowned king, and I'm going to say that Kelis should be crowned as queen.
Well,
I agree with Alex Jones. Nobody can take that title
No.
away from him, not even Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But as for the queen, I've got to say Monica.
okay. Well, I'll tell you
I
what.
agree with you.
I'll tell you what. I'm
Yeah.
just going to vote one way, and that's for the king. And I'm I eat there all the time. But Burger King, for a 27-year employee that's been there on time every day, and what they gave him, lifesavers,
Yeah.
and a couple other things.
Movie ticket.
That's it.
That's gotta be the biggest hater. Well,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, we enjoyed it.
fun.
It's been fun, and until next time, we just want to say have a great day. And I'm Attorney Roy Miller,
I'm Linda Miller.
And I'm Stacy Jenkins. And
and we'll just say
Until the next
goodbye,
Yeah.
farewell.
So